Today we're going to be graphing equations in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope or the rate of change, and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so here are your steps. Your steps for graphing equations in slope-intercept form. Step number 1 is to solve for y if necessary. So if it's not already in y equals mx plus b form, you need to get it in y equals mx plus b form. So solve for y first. Second, identify the slope, or m. Also identify the y-intercept, or b. Third step is to plot the y-intercept. So plot the y-intercept. Fourth step is from the y-intercept, we're going to deal with our slope. So if the slope is positive, then you will do, from the y-intercept, you will rise and then run based on the number for the slope. And run just means go right. If the slope is negative, from the y-intercept, you're going to fall based on the number of the slope, and then you're going to run or go right. All right, pause the video if you need to jot these down. If the slope is a whole number, place a 1 below it. So if you're dealing with a slope, for example, if your m is 4, then go ahead and put it 4 over 1, which means the same thing, but we want all of our slopes to be in a fraction form, and we'll talk about why. Alright, so now that we've got our steps, let's go ahead and apply these and graph each equation. We're going to do a couple of examples. So in my class, when you graph an equation, I want you to do 3 things. These are the 3 things. I want you to identify the slope, which is m, and the y-intercept, which is b. I want you to label the y-intercept on the graph, and I want you to use at least 3 points before you draw your line. So create 3 points, and then you can draw your line. Alright, so example number 1. Example number 1 is y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Well, you get lucky on step 1, it's already in y equals form. So step 2 is to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So just right below this, I'm going to write slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So if I follow that this is in y equals mx plus b form, I know that the 2/3 is my m, so that is my slope. My slope, or m, is 2/3, and my b is the -4. So my y-intercept is b, which is -4. Okay, so looking back at the directions, I've identified the slope and y-intercept. I'm going to plot the y-intercept, which is -4, so that means it intersects the y-axis at -4. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, so my y-intercept is at 0, -4. I'm labeling that point. And then remember from your steps, the slope tells you where to go from here. So from my y-intercept, I've got a slope of 2/3. It's positive, so that means I rise over run. And remember, run means to the right. So from my y-intercept, I'm going to rise 2, run 1, 2, 3, point. And then again, rise 2, 1, 2, run 1, 2, 3. So officially I've got 3 points, but I'm going to keep on going. Rise 2, run 1, 2, 3. Alright, so from there I can draw my line. Okay. So let's practice with 2 more examples. So I have to flip it over. Okay, example number 2. I've got y equals -1/2 x plus 3. So again, right below it, I'm going to write my slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So that helps me identify that my slope is -1/2. So that's my, in this case, since it's negative, that's my fall over my run, or to the right. And my B value is 3. My y-intercept is 3. So that means on my y-axis, I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, since it was a positive y-intercept. So 0, 3 is my y-intercept. And from that point, given my slope, remember since it's negative, I will fall 1, and then I will go to the right 2. Fall 1, go to the right 2. Fall 1, go to the right 2. Okay, fall 1, go to the right 2. So more than enough points since I only require 3. If you can fit more, just always go ahead and get in the good habit of doing it. All right, last example. Last example is y equals negative 3x plus 6. So again, right below it, I'm going to write y equals mx plus b to help me see what goes with what. So I know that negative 3 is my slope, or my m, and I know that positive 6 is my b. Okay, so now here I've got slope of negative 3. Remember from the front we talked about if it's a whole number, then you need to put it over 1. So also, again, it's a negative, so that means I'm going to fall, and then I'm going to run, which means right. So on this one, I forgot to draw my graph. I'll go ahead and get that going. So here's my graph. I've got a y-intercept of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0, 6 is that point. And from my y-intercept, I'm going to fall 1, 2, 3, go to the right 1. Fall 1, 2, 3, go to the right 1. Fall 1, 2, 3, go to the right 1. Plenty of points so I can draw, my line. All right, pause and rewind if you need to go back and copy any of the notes down. I will see you in class tomorrow.